Hello everyone. In this presentation, the principles of restoration in Noah's family, we'll look at the next central person now after the failure of Adam's family, the failure of Cain killing Abel. The one who inherited Abel's position was Noah. We see the significance of Noah's course of life, what he achieved. So, Noah was a descendant of Seth. He came 10 generations and 1,600 years after Seth. We're looking at the meaning of the number 40. First of all, Genesis 6:13. After the fall of Adam and Eve, when it could not be restored through Cain and Abel, the descendants of them multiplied in a terrible way. As this verse indicates, Genesis 6:13, that God wanted to put an end of all flesh. So God intended this to be the last days. So there's evil continuously committed since the time of the fall. And so number 40 means a new start. Let's look at this. There's the 3 stages of growth. If you count 3 stages in each, it comes to 9. But actually it's the 10th stage is the number of perfection. So God wanted to restore the purpose of creation, symbolized by the number 4, in each of the 10 generations from Adam until Noah. So therefore number 40. So therefore God flooded the earth 40 days. As a condition to make a new beginning. But since this time we see the number 40 was used throughout history, throughout the Bible. It's always been regarded as the number 40 period of a separation from Satan. And here's a few examples of the Noah 40-day flood, Abraham 400 years after Noah. When it's a nation or something bigger than that, it multiplied by 10, so it becomes 400. The Israelites, 400 years in Egypt, in slavery, 40 years in the wilderness, Moses, 2 40-day fasts. Saul, Solomon, and David each ruled 40 years as a king. Elijah is 40-day fast, Jonah 40-day prophecy, and Jesus is 40-day fast, but also his 40-day period of resurrection. All these periods were periods of separation from Satan to make a new beginning. So we look now at the meaning of building the ark. The ark with pairs of all animals symbolize a new cosmos, which was created through 3 stages: formation, growth, and completion. The 3 decks symbolize the 3 stages of growth. Now the central person in Noah's family, of course, was Noah himself. Now the condition for the foundation of faith was the building of the ark itself. And he did this through a period of 120 years. This is the Bible time reckoning. We know this in the ancient world before Moses. We call this symbolic time identity. This will be explained in a later lecture. But it is a time period, but as a different time than we know today. But anyway, he built the ark for a long period of time, and you can imagine, where did he build the ark? He built it on top of a mountain. This is a very difficult thing to do. If you imagine the neighbours, what they would have thought. What's Noah doing? Building an ark? He's not building it by the sea, on the mountain. So they laughed at him, ridiculed him. But he had to have extreme faith to do it. So he absolutely believed God. And maybe many people were helping at one stage, they believed. But by the time the floods came, no one believed. Only Noah's family believed. And the floods came, and they all perished in the flood. Now So Noah established the foundation of faith. Now the foundation of substance needs to be realized, and this should be through the elder brother in the Cain position, Shem, uniting with Ham in the second born position, as explained in the previous lecture. Now, there's a situation where you can imagine after the flood, all the evil people were perished, and then after this period, Noah and his family came down from the ark, and they arrived on dry land. It's like a new beginning. And we have a situation where Noah was lying down naked, but then Ham saw him, and he stirred up criticism with his brothers, and they carried a garment, and they walked backwards because they didn't want to see him, and covered him up. But this is such a serious sin, basically, that caused Noah, when he woke up, to curse Ham, saying his brothers would be a slave to his sons would be a slave to his brothers, which came true. So Ham's sin was a shame. He was ashamed of Noah. This is an interesting situation, because if you recall in the story of Adam and Eve, when Adam and Eve fell, they're ashamed of their nakedness. They felt shame. But God wanted to restore the feeling of innocence in their nakedness. And Ham's stirring up this feeling of shame. They felt they could not be united in heart with Noah. If you think about it, only Noah's family was saved for all of Noah's incredible faith in endurance all this time, enduring all the ridicule, enduring all the criticism, because he absolutely believed God. You would have thought that he would have respected Noah and realized no matter what he did, no matter what he appears, how he appears, our family is saved because of him. So the feeling of shame shows there's real separation, and this is a great crime. So Ham could not stand in oneness in heart with Noah. So unfortunately, the foundation of substance was not fulfilled. It failed. So Satan invaded through the shame they felt of Noah. So this sadly ended the providence in Noah's time. We know that if Shem and Ham could have united, if the brothers could have united, clearly the Messiah could have come then. It's obvious that God wanted to make a new beginning. Well, all the evil people perished because God wanted to send the Messiah to make a new beginning, and the Messiah would have come to do that. But Satan invaded the foundation. Despite Noah's incredible faith, Satan found a way to invade this. So it took another 400 years until God could work again with Abraham. So thank you for listening to this presentation. The next presentation will be the history of restoration centered on Abraham's family. So thank you very much.